Okay. This might be repetitive, okay? But listen, all your life, you heard dumb shit from your mother, your aunties, your uncles, etc. Close your mouth and open your ears. That's all I ask. Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
Oh, I see a devil already popping up in here. Ooh. Brother, if you knew what Allah showed me of you, you would go right away and change. Up in that third balcony, the second balcony. Man, evil nigga. Oh, Yakub ain't got nothing on you. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, believers. Some of you are gonna try me, and I will show you very quick who I am. And you're gonna be surprised. Some of you little crazy Negroes, your heart so filled with darkness and hate. But if you make the little move that you got in your crazy brain, you won't last. You won't last. And I say this, when we get real tight, strong, see a snitch and an enemy that's in here among us, he'll show up. I'm going to say this public, because I really don't give a damn about the consequences. A dear brother and or sister, if you're on the payroll for the police or the FBI, I don't mind you being there. I really don't mind. Because we're not doing anything that we would be ashamed of. So you can be here. It's okay. And even if we knew you was the police, we would not bother you. However, if you work in an evil way to try and break up something good for our people, then we will kill you.
What's going on? And welcome back to class, gang. How y'all feeling? Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, guys. Come on in, guys. Hit that like button. Keep in mind that we don't cater to any groups, gangs, communities, religions, feelings, or emotions. We cater to the truth. We cater to common sense. And we do not complicate it. All right, guys, let's take some attendance, guys. Right, Sigma Rodin, he just informed me, he informed me earlier today on the live that today is Mgtow, official Mgtow Day, guys. And this is why it's important. Today we're going to really touch on, and we're going to look at this whole fatherless America and this single mother. We're going to look at it from a different angle, from a broader perspective, guys. We're going to really indulge on how did feminism help the black woman? You know what I mean? Because if you ask me, feminism weaponized the black woman to destroy family. When Lilith came back into that garden and she told Eve, like, hey, look here, you want to be free like me? Remember the video I showed you the other day? Barefoot and pregnant. He's going to try to have you barefoot and pregnant. Eat the apple. The apple, guys, is feminism. Feminism destroyed the black family. Patriarch is God's law. That's God's structure. You know what I mean? It puts ownership on the man and it sits the woman upright by law. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, the women have turned themselves into modern women, and now they're taking advantage of laws and privileges that were embedded in the patriarch for submissive housewives. Do you guys understand what's going on? That's what destroyed the black family. The black family thrives under the patriarch. For example, guys, I'm head of a black family. Patriarch is God first. You know what I mean? You guys know I submit to God, and then you got Miss Goodbread, and then you got my kids. That is the family structure that God set. That's the family structure that works. We're winning. Now you take another family structure, you pick them. You can pick one, and you tell me, is that patriarch or is that matriarch? And which one is thriving? Which one is better? Which one do you want? That's what it's about today. It's not about right or wrong. It's about what you want. It's about time that you get a chance to pick what do you want. You don't need me up here telling you what to do, how to think, what to pick. Because part of this whole destruction of the family, the black family, was due to, remember I told you guys that women, all women, they like to cut man wings and then be like, fly, fly. I just told you that the patriarch was designed to set the women up and give the women privilege, right? So the women don't know really what it is to be a man. The women don't know what it is to have everything on your back. This is why we lead in suicides, guys. This is why we lead in suicide rates. Because, you know what I mean? The patriarch is designed for us to be a man, for us to take ownership, for us to lead. And with leadership, we got to sacrifice. Remember, I told you, guys, we're sacrificed it all for our family. Women have sacrificed the family for their feelings. And that's what's going on now. That's what happened. And today, guys, we're gonna go over. I got that. I remember the clip I played. I'm saying a lot of remembers, right? Because we didn't went over this, guys. This is like beating a dead horse, but the more you go down the rabbit hole, the more it clears. And this is why it's very important we do this on Mgtow Day. You know what I mean? On National Mgtow Day, because you got to go the other way, guys. You have to go your own way. You have to. You have to decide what's right for you and what you want to do. Not for anybody else, not for your hell of a mother, not for your hell of a girlfriend, but what's for you. And you have to go do that. Go that way. Don't go the ways of this world. Because the ways of this world was designed to weaponize women against men. It is what it is, guys. You got to get that through your head. You know what I mean? Definitely, definitely. I'm gonna get to some scripture readings. I got you, JJ. I got you. I got you. I got you. Right, brothers. I got to. You gotta go the other way. Go your own way, guys. Go your own way. You have to. You have to. All right, so let's start. Let's kick this thing off, guys. A lot of my young subscribers, and guys, no cap. Salute to all of you guys. Salute to all of the good breads from both channels. You guys got us. We're getting monetized. By the end of this video right here, guys, we should be monetized. I was 152 minutes away from the 4,000 watch time hours. We already surpassed the 1,000 subscribers joint. We did that very good, guys. Salute to you guys for just supporting and just understanding and just bearing with me. I told you I just jump out there. I jumped out there because I got courage and I got heart. I told you guys I was not gonna be the best. I'm by far the best. But I told you, one thing I promised you was I was gonna be the realest. I was gonna be the absolute realest, the real in real life, the truth with proof. And I think I showed y'all that, and y'all bared with me, and y'all been sharing the videos. This is organic growth too, guys. We ain't been doing no funniness. You know what I mean? We ain't been begging. You know what I mean? I ain't been begging for your money. It's just been y'all time and hard work and energy and just getting those notifications from Facebook and just tuning in, hitting the like button. That's y'all. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all and thank y'all for that, y'all. Thank y'all for that. And we just going to grow. We just going to keep growing, and it's only up because we have the real message. The righteous fear and this school of common sense have the real message. All that other stuff, all that other red pill crap, where it's fruit punch pills, where it's some red in it, but it's a whole lot of other crap. We don't need that. Remember, guys, we over here at the righteous fear. We want to lead with no favoritism. We gonna lead how our Father, the good Most High, would have led. No favoritism. We ain't here to pander to the men, you know what I mean, and make money off of weak men. And you know, we ain't here for that. You know what I mean? We here to make the men stronger. And we ain't gonna pander to the women. You know what I mean? Our women have been lied to. They have been weaponized. They have been used. They have been turned into a product, a cash cow. And they still poor. They might have a little bit of material things that'll keep them content. But our females, our black women are poor. They're poor-minded, poor-pocketed, and poor. I ain't even gonna go there. We're gonna keep it real culture on this one, guys. But y'all know we gotta do better. We gotta do better. And oh yeah, don't think I'm bashing women, because if they're that, then what you think you are? Because we are raised by them. We are raised by them. When they kick the father out the crib, we are left to be raised by them. Those same women that we get on here and go in on, 9 times out of 10 was our mother. You know what I mean? But like I said, you're not going to get information like this anywhere else. So let's go on and get into it, guys. Let's go on and get into it. Yeah, baby. We here. We here now. Zone. My guy Zone. Kai M, what up, man? Kia. K-I-A. K-A-I, what up, man? Oh, man. Shit, I'm all messed up tonight. I'm all messed up this evening. And you've been here before. I don't know why I'm treating you like a stranger. You've been here to the righteous fear a couple times. I remember you. Where we gonna start this thing off at? Where we gonna kick? All right, we gonna kick. How many of y'all know who this is right here? My youngest subscribers, y'all don't really know who this is right here. This man is very important. He's white. Oh yeah, he's white. I know what they teach you about white guys. You know what I mean? They make it. They teach you like if they all is a like if they all racist, right? But no, this guy is very important, guys. Very important for my young guys. All right, we're gonna get into him right now, guys. In fact, let me leave that up and let's go on and do the damn thing.
And concern about the family during the early 1960s involved the Black family. In early 1965, a then obscure Assistant Secretary of Labor named Daniel Patrick Moynihan had a report issued that described the state of the Black family. And the picture that he drew frightened many Americans. It showed that 25% of all Black marriages were ending in divorce or separation. It showed that upwards of 20% of Black families had only one parent. And this was a tremendous source of uneasiness to the culture. Daniel Patrick Moynihan argued in his report that the breakdown of Black family patterns was so great that it would keep poorer Black Americans from participating in the mainstream of American life despite civil rights laws. And then when the riot broke out in Watts later in 1965, suddenly everyone had their explanation for why the riot had took place, that it was somehow the breakdown in Black family patterns that was the problem. And therefore, if we were going to stop riots in the future, we had to develop a whole battery of anti-poverty programs that would be aimed at trying to restore and reinforce poor families. And that battery of social programs became Lyndon Johnson's Great Society. Daniel Patrick Moynihan was subject to tremendous criticism at the time for the arguments that he was making. After all, the overwhelming majority of Black families in the early and mid-1960s had two parents. Most families were stable. Most children were growing up in two-parent homes. But he was very prescient in identifying developments that would in the future affect all American families, no longer defined in terms of race. That is, single parenthood, children growing up in single-parent homes. These developments would affect all American families, not simply Black families in the future. So he identified a development at a very early stage. Many Americans fear that the social developments and even the social programs of the 1960s had catastrophic effects on Black families living in poverty. And it's important, of course, not to forget that Black families in poverty live under tremendous strain. Half of all Black children are growing up with one parent.
And remember, guys, when you hear the word poverty, if you really red pill, then what's the next thing you should be thinking of? Once you hear the word poverty, you should be thinking democracy, the Democratic Party. That's the deal that they made. 200 years of poverty.
Half of all Black children are growing up in poverty. Yet, it's also important, I think, to understand why this has happened. It will help us as a society as we try to solve these problems. The problems that affect poor Black families are not racial. If you compare...
Absolutely. They're not racial, guys. So stop it. Stop it. Stop distracting yourself, because it's easier to blame it on them than it is to get your ass up and get to work, than it is to do right with your brother and stop hating on your brother. It's way easier to hate on the white man than it is to team up with your brother and not have to hate on him and fight that envy and learn how to work together. Something you was not taught in them schools and on that single mother plantation.
White families and Black families of the same income level, you will discover that they have the same makeup. That is, white families of the same level of poverty are just as likely to have one parent as Black families. Desertion is just as high among white families of the same income level.
Facts, and don't forget that they outnumber us, fool. It's way more of them than us. Way more of them than us. But yet you just focusing on the ones of them, the many of them that are successful. You forget about the half of them that's not, that's in your boat because they made your type decisions or they follow your culture, that hip hop bullshit and that consumerism bullshit.
It's not race. The problem has to do with poverty.
And that's a fact. That's a fact, guys. It have to do with poverty. It have to be with that Democratic Party, guys. It's that Democratic Party. But let's keep it moving, because we got a nice little debate today, guys. We got feminists versus Black feminists. We got feminists versus, man, we got trans women versus feminists. We got everything going on today, but we got it. We got a nice show for you guys today. All right, guys. Our next joint is 1970. You see, that report that we just talked about, that was an expert that described what was going on. He described the Black family in the life of 1960. And you see how he said it was good. It was good. Y'all saw the photo that I had put up, right? Look at this. It was good. It was good before welfare. So after the welfare system and the housing project system, that's when they started to say new Black man, new Black woman. But that's when we then really engulfed ourselves in this feminism crap. We really engulfed ourselves into this feminism crap, and we didn't need to, by way of us chasing the woman. The woman, when the woman went that way, we should have remained the way we went. We shouldn't even try to follow them and become no family with them. When they went the feminist way, you should have went the other way, bro. We should have been had settled. We should have been had the line. The line should have been drawn, guys. Now, let me say what you want to say, but the line should have been drawn. Soon as they went that way, we should have went the other way, guys. It's National Mgtow Day, guys. So we going the other way. But now we know. We live to learn. We live to learn. Check this out, guys. This was after they put the little chip in the back of our women. This is what happened. So this right now we're about to watch a conversation that happened between a relationship, a debate between a couple, man and woman, black man, black woman. We saw a clip of this on one of the other videos that I did, but we finna watch the whole thing now. Remember, I couldn't play the whole thing the last time because that was just a little part I need for that video. But now let's get it on. Let's get it on. Yo, DeBeezy, if DeBeezy's in the house, yo, DeBeezy, I think this was around that time when they made the deal. This is when they made the deal. I think it was 1968. Hold on, the volume.
The feeling of racial pride is not new for many African Americans, but the resurgence of black awareness and pride, black men and women face new problems, not only in relation to white society, but to each other in a black society. Recently, there has been a stream of articles on this subject, and the Chicago Daily Defender.
Now I wonder why did we started to face new problems? Like, it shouldn't have been no new problems. What new problems? We should have figured it out. You know, we good. We was good. We was good in our career in the 60s. Where did it go wrong? How did it become a new problem? And this is how they spin it in their mainstream. This is pre-Oprah, guys. This is pre-Oprah era, too.
White society, but to each other in a black society. Recently, there has been a stream of articles on this subject, and the Chicago Daily Defender, America's largest black newspaper, began a series some weeks ago on the emergence of the new black woman. Benny Washington, reporter for the paper, surveyed the
new black woman. Like, what the fuck did they just turn our sisters into? In just a blink of an eye, the new black woman.
Chicago scene to report on how black men and women believe the revolution and racial pride will affect them and their families, before the sociologists and experts tell us how we are supposed to react.
As a reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a black woman married to a black man, I become deeply aware of the effects of this new black revolution on the relationship between black man and black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new black man expects from the new black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday.
Look how they brainwashed our parents and their parents, like the new black man. They really put the battery in their back, like if what they was doing, which was correct, minding their business in their house, just getting what they got. They created this whole storyline for us. The new black man and the new black woman in 1970. Guys, mind you, this is in 1970.
Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black.
That's a fact. And this is why I say, guys, I don't care. I'm looking for a female. A strong black woman to me is a woman that understands how delicate I am. Hold on, let me cam up for this sucker shit right here. Let me cam up for this. I need y'all to understand how important, and I need y'all to start picking the right sisters. The official tissue, the official strong black woman is the woman that understands how fragile you as a black man ego is, because we are a black man, all right? We are built and designed from God naturally to dominate. So if a woman is looking to dominate, then we need her to be able to take out us dominating. This is why we don't need to get with a cheating bitch. Because if she cheat, then we gonna cheat more. You know what I mean? Anything she do, we are designed. Anything your female do, you are designed to dominate. You know what I mean? This is why you gotta rock and only pick traditional-minded women that are content and that know this about you. See, these modern women, they don't know this. So they're trying to compete with their man. Naturally, their man is supposed to dominate them. But they pick weak dudes that really can't compete, that need them. You know what I mean? That need them. They pick dudes that need them so that they can't compete. Are you getting that? Are you understanding that? Did that make sense, guys? The real strong and like the modern women is cat. They're not strong and independent because that's very weak. It's very weak of you to pick a man that you can control that way. Because that's the mental slavery right there that they do when they pick these type guys. Because they're in their mind, they're feminists. They're feminist minded, yeah. Without them even knowing, they are feminist minded. Because once they take a bite of that apple, you know what I mean, they're feminist minded. So they're deemed to compete with man. If you're in a relationship with these type women, you know what I mean? Soon as you go to dominate, she gon' OD. And y'all gonna end up because we're naturally dominators, bro. So we need women that understand that. And that's why I say a lot of these women are cat and crab legs. Because they sit around and they cut the man wings and then be like, fly, fly, fly. Because a woman could never feel what it truly is to be a man. Because they're given privileges, they're given safety nets and all this gas and air to pretend to be a man while being able to revert to the female's safety nets. This is why they don't understand what it is to be a man. They don't understand what it is to be a man in our society because our society caters to them, the patriarch. See, they're very disrespectful. This is why I don't play with modern women. I don't play with feminist-minded women at all. It ain't really but 2 sentences for them females because they're very ungrateful and disrespectful women. All right, guys, let's get back to that.
No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot.
Right, then they sit there and act dumb. Like, but men, because men ain't building nothing. Men ain't building nothing. Yo, I just be looking at those women with those ideologies, because you know that's program ideology through school and the shit that they see on TV. In real life, men did everything. Men gave you the right to sit there and talk that dumb shit comfortably. It's a man that protects you from oh man, yo. Let's go, man.
Live with
Let's
us.
go.
It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system, like the.
Even right there, he's trying to cater to her. I'm blaming you, sis. I'm blaming you, sis, because if I can't teach you, then I'm blaming you. Because if I can't teach you that they just did some bullshit to you to turn you against me, you know what I mean? Then I'm not fucking with you. And if you don't want to believe that, if you're just being weak, you just don't want to try, you just don't want to, mind you, you got thousands of privileges. I can't fuck with you. You can't mess with her. And that's what our sisters have felt. That's what our sisters, because they took a little bite of that feminist apple, the forbidden fruit, and they got a taste of independence, but it's not real earned. It's not from the mud. They didn't really get it out the mud. It's handed to them. They get a little taste of handed independence, and then they start to dip set, and then talk shit, and still lose, mind you, still lose.
Black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that
You want to be the leaders. Okay. Well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader.
White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding him by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think you have.
And I believe you, sis. Those are weak, emasculated men who went through the system. They've been drugged through the system by way of the hell of a mother worshiping her, the single one. You know what I mean? And that's how that works. It's a vicious cycle that repeats itself. Let's play that part back.
And you're still aiding him by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we...
No, sis, that's where you wrong at, sis. That's where you wrong at. So we got to reprogram the women, because that's who they program. Men are reactors to the women. We react to what the women do. You know what I mean? For that coochie. Let's keep it real now, sis. We got to reprogram the women. And this plays a huge part in how our women got to this point. Because they always took the role of, I don't need no help. It's the man. It's the man. So they sit there and they'll criticize and they'll point out everything that the black man didn't do and needed to do and need to work on, while they don't fix themselves. And we went through the same shit. We was on the same plantation, sis. We was slaves. You was a slave, I was a slave. So how is it that I got all of this fixing I needs to do and you ain't got no fixing, sis? How you ain't got no fixing, sis? No fixing at all, sis? See, again, that's you living off that patriarch that is designed to show the law that favors the women, because y'all sweet and submissive and innocent. But that's not y'all. Y'all independent. Y'all strong and independent. So we need to change these laws. We need to start changing these laws for the strong and independent women.
We're gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you and love me on the basis of that. You want to always be aspiring to have all those things that's a part of the great middle class white American society. And because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
I don't measure a man by how much money he can bring home.
All right, that's you, sis. But we talking on a vast majority. Sister, your sisterhood and your sisters, they do. Because now, see, this was 1970. So, woo, Jesus, y'all ain't have social media. Y'all could just see what y'all see on y'all neighborhood and on TV, you know what I mean? And then that's what y'all want. So now it's all elevated now. Now they opening their phones and they looking like, you know how many dudes gonna have to do that rose petal shit today? You know how many dudes gonna have to sit there and waste money? Hope you don't get no fresh rose petals, because that's gonna fuck your floor up though. Hint, hint, wink, wink. That's just a pro tip. You know what I mean? But you know how many niggas is gonna do that shit just so that they girl could get that little picture in front like they in a relationship when it's a whole relationship cap, because these women are addicted to what they see. They are the biggest consumers. This is why they separate us from them, so that the cash registers could go up.
I measure a man by how he treats me. Whether when I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm scared, he's there.
For these women, the men are there.
Hold on, biologically, that's right. Biologically, a woman need us for all of those things biologically. But recently, you know what I mean? Feminism have twerked their biology. Feminism have got these women going against their natural biology. So that's cat. That might have been a rule in 1970, but we ain't in 1970. It's elevated. They are not that content. So she's cat and crab leg. Know what I mean? Mind you, the shit, welfare probably was only giving you about 20,000. Nowadays, they giving you 80,000. They giving these women 77,000 to be correct in cash and prizes. That's what they got to offer. That's what welfare got to offer the sisters. You know what I mean? Cash and prizes and rent. Big old apartments.
But with the feeling of racial pride has come new conflicts and new problems. Across America, they meet to discuss what Black awareness means to their families and to them as Black women of today.
You know, there have been a lot of myths created about the Black family. We all recognize that. And one of the most pernicious myths is the myth of the Black matriarch, you know, and this whole concept. And I think this is one of the reasons that the Black community reacted so negatively to the Moynihan.
It's not a myth, yo. It's not a myth. Why y'all fighting? Why y'all fighting the patriarch so hard? If it's a myth, you know what I mean? It's the God way. The patriarch is the God way, guys. Why are we forgetting that? The patriarch is what God said. He wrote Lilith out of the Bible because she wanted to be under the matriarch. She wanted a matriarch. Remember? She didn't want to be submissive to Adam, and he got rid of her. That's why Eve was created. Like, why are we? How do we just not like care about that part of this? A part of our history, like niggas is dumb, yo.
And report, because we know that that's not true. It was not like the Black woman has not been a matriarch in the sense that it has been defined thus far. And thank God research, and I hope Black research is being done now to reverse that kind of thing. In fact, the Black woman has been a woman at the head of a household, not by choice, but by necessity. And more often, that's right.
Yo, how she feel is by necessity because government Satan Zaddy will give y'all. He will lay off a bunch of Black folks and then turn around and through the back door give y'all some supplemental program assistance, but tell y'all got to get rid of the Black man to receive these assistance. How is that? Why do y'all play dumb, ladies? Ladies, why do y'all play dumb like y'all can't see what it is? And then y'all act like Black men just didn't want to build, or Black men just, it's a necessity. I gotta be the head of the house. So no, you don't. And even if you do, why do you take the stance that you need credit and you need to be seen for it? That's what I mean, guys. You see, I gotta. That's exactly what I mean when I broke down why we can't mess with these type women. A strong Black woman is a woman that know her strength and know that she's not to do anything that challenges her man's ego because his natural biology is to dominate and not play nicey with her. So, because he can check his natural biology, I'm going to check my natural biology. And this is sad, yo. We don't have no more sisters that are humble like that. This is why ain't no generational wealth in the hood, even though these sisters is getting a $77,000 package, $1,000 package. You know what I mean? They not being able to save it because they not humble enough to link with a dude that ain't welfare recipient. They're not humble enough to link with a dude that get a strong W-2. May not be 77,000, but 50, 45, and 77. That makes the power couple, and y'all niggas is on y'all way to catch up to this white supremacy, white power shit that y'all stay talking about. So, sis, what games are you playing? Like, what games you could then y'all take the 77,000 and take this stance like y'all really doing something, Y'all not doing nothing. You didn't get nothing. You didn't earn nothing. You didn't beat nobody in this race called life.
And more often than not, she is not a strong, matriarchal, aggressive, domineering figure. She is a woman in search of a man. But this story has not been told. The prejudiced society created what we have now. So that's what we were. Okay, we have a revolution going on. What part of the revolution?
We're in an evolution. I think the revolution is yet to come.
Yeah, it's to come. Well, this thing will
keep tossing the word revolution around lightly. Everybody.
Actress Val Ward performs the works of our Black poets and dramatists. For her, Black awareness is not revolutionary, but the very foundation of her marriage. Val's husband, Francis Ward, talks of the struggles of the Black family in the past and the obstacles that lie ahead.
It's extremely important for Black history and culture to be transmitted from generation to generation. And the best way, the most effective way that this has always been done is through the family, acting as the primary unit of social organization. And I think one reason why it has not been done with Black people is because of the destruction done to our family life. So this certainly has to be one function of the Black marriage, to begin to reemphasize and to pick up the thread of Afro-American history and culture that has been left off generations ago when Africans were sold into slavery, when the family unit was purposely destroyed. Part of the obligation of being Black is to make absolutely certain that whoever has any kind of control or jurisdiction over your kid, is not bringing him into conflict with the kinds of things we teach. We try to instill in them here in the home.
Most middle-class homes, quote middle-class homes, like I don't even get caught up in that bag. You go into will have some copy of anybody, any white artist, I don't even have to name anybody, instead of the works of Black artists. I think it starts, especially that identity part, the books, the kinds of.
Yeah, our sisters were sexy back then, though, man. They were sexy back then without the stupid ass eyelashes. And this was a thick girl right here. She was thick. This is a thick Black woman right here. Y'all saw that right there? Hold on. This is a man's channel, guys. Hold on.
I don't even have to name anybody. Instead of the works of Black artists, I think it starts, especially that identity part, the books, the kinds of books. All of these things start in the home rather than complaining about them being in the schools at this point.
Unless we're absolutely certain of how that teacher is handling them, then we may have to assume that whole responsibility. We may have to pull them out of school ourselves, and do all the educating ourselves.
Say, for instance, when they say,
yo, this is dope right here. This is how a functioning Black family was back then, guys. Look what they talking about, the levels and shit that they talking about back then. When a Black man and a Black woman is working together, fully functioning, working together about them kids, great things can happen. This is what they fear. This is what they fear. Y'all spend all that time worried about them. Why don't you make them fear you? Do things, take steps to accomplish shit to make them scared to death of you. Fuck is the problem? Don't talk about it, be about it.
Say to my child to draw. Last year, Rhonda painted Abraham Lincoln brown and she was put in the corner, We had to go up to the school and deal with that. They must be respectable to their peers in school. And what we do, we handle that. We don't say, you jump up, you curse that teacher out, or you say it doesn't exist. But they see us at that school knocking on the door. You have to be in there. Either we're going to control, their minds here, or at least give them the choice.
A lot of this is new to us, and a lot of these things we're grappling with, and we don't want to give anybody the impression that we have the answer to everything.
No, let me cut you off again. People go around talking about hate. We really don't have time to hate because, it goose up the bag. We're loving ourselves. Mm-hmm. This might bring around a lot of other different things.
To be Black means to love. It's got nothing to do with having to hate anybody.
It does determine, though, Francis, and has nothing to do with hate again. It's love. That we might have to do certain things to protect that love.
It may bring us into conflict with somebody.
Necessary to protect that love.
Finally, I asked Francis about the standards of today's Black man as compared with those of 20 years ago.
Standards which white society had projected. I think these standards were that he had to become successful according to the white mode. He had to get a good job, he had to buy a good car, he had to move to the suburbs, he had to rear a good family that went to church every Sunday, that did everything that the typical good American family was supposed to do. And I don't think the black man necessarily is addicted to that notion. I think he sees the falsity of it. I think he sees the total hypocrisy of it. I think he wants to rear a tightly knit family, but not for the purposes that white society says. He doesn't want to rear a family for any sham purposes, just to fulfill some false ethic. But he wants to rear a good family in order to have his children strong, reared in his own image perhaps, and to transmit, most importantly, to transmit the values which he is learning to his children, and to try to ensure.
That's a fact, and that's the goal. My goal, guys, I told you a while ago, is to instill the word of God to my son. You know what I mean? Through my actions and through actually reading the book to him and making him understand what I understand. The meek shall inherit the earth. Because this is the knowledge that we share here in the Righteous Fair and on this channel, guys, is the meek. This is the knowledge that, you know what I mean, we need to know. This is the absolute answer. You know what I mean? And this is the meek that's going to inherit the earth right here.
Do as best he can that his children will transmit those same values to their children, and have the same transmission repeated from generation to generation.
That's how you reverse the curse. That's called reverse the curse right there. You know what I mean? The meek shall inherit the earth. You know what I mean? When you teach them up and you pass it on and they inherit the land and then they do the same thing. That's the opposite of the generational curse, which is designed and built off lazy. Being lazy, generational curse. Being proactive, working, you know what I mean? Generational wealth. Let's get it, guys. Hit that like button, share. You know what I mean? If you're new over here, subscribe and hit the notification, man. I appreciate y'all. And I know by now we are really ready to monetize this channel. We should have passed our watch time minutes on this video right here. So pat yourself on the back again. Let's go.
I am a woman. Black, that is. And there is but one thing which brings tears to my eyes, and that is to hear man, woman, or child stand up with strength and say, I'm proud, I'm black, and that's beautiful.
All right, guys, let's go on and get into the debate right here, guys. This is going to be interesting right here. This is going to be interesting. Salute, and fair use. I never really used a piece of content from this channel, so you know what I mean, hopefully, you know what I mean, they all right with it. But this is from the Jubilee channel right here. You know, they be having some good shit over there. When I was on rocking with the Candace Owens content, they kept on requesting shit like this to me, and I just was dubbing it until one day I clicked it, and then I seen Ace Spade do a little piece on it. So I said, you know what? Let me do the whole interview because it's some good shit right here, guys.
Trans women are more likely. If you're a woman, you should be a feminist.
I think the concept of anti-feminism is like counterintuitive as a woman. Like everyone should want equality of sexes, you know? Everyone should want to have the same education level, the same, all these things in a position and still make as much as a person who identifies as male.
In this society, we have to be feminists as women because
there's certain things going on where our rights are being stripped away, and Black women, Black trans women are more.
What rights? And why are you talking about Black trans women and you're not Black? And what rights are being stripped away from women? Women are this is the most power. These are the most powerful females of all times, guys.
More likely to be murdered and attacked, and that's absolutely a feminist issue, and that's something that everyone should care about.
Everyone of any gender expression, men included, should be feminists.
I think there are different.
Yeah, why does feminist people always try to tell you what you should be? These people always try to tell you what you should be, how you should think. They weird. They very weird. They sick.
Brands of feminism, if you will, that don't represent what I think all of us here feel is the true ideal of what feminism
Absolutely.
is.
And I don't think that everyone has to be active as a feminist in the exact same way. Like, not everybody can march, not everybody can protest, not everybody can really be an advocate for feminism.
At the end of the day, it's taking a look at patriarchal systems and seeing the flaws in those systems and how they negatively impact.
That's all they worry about, is trying to destroy what God built for us, to live in peace and harmony. That's all feminists. You see what I mean? It's the apple. It's the, you wasn't gonna feed Lilith. Lilith is cool to girls. That's what it all comes down to. They trying to destroy God's creation. It's satanic, guys. It's Satan. He mad. He mad.
Everyone.
I pause on that thought, and the disagreeers step forward.
Let's get it.
Define woman. Go, please. One of you.
A person who.
But that's, well, how you just, here go the feminist, how you change it, how you change the topic, just how you feel you could just pick define women. What the fuck you mean define women? Like,
systems and how they negatively impact everyone.
I pause on that thought, and the disagreeers step forward.
Shorty just jumped out and
Define woman. Go, please. One of you.
A person who their internal idea of what they are is a woman.
Terrible definition. Coming from a lesbian, that destroys the very concept of our sexual orientation. Just saying that it's an idea.
Why?
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 Because you can't be connected and sexually attracted to somebody's brain.
Let's make sure to keep it to the prompt. If you're a woman, you should be a feminist. Why
Right.
y'all disagree with that?
right.
I completely disagree. You know, exactly 2 years ago, if I had done this, I probably would be a feminist. But then I started to look at, and I think the agreeers actually mentioned, is like, what do Black women gain from feminism? Because
Whoa, okay, ma. Okay, sis. Sis woke up. Sis woke up. Sis said it. Sis said it, yo.
They ask for the truth,
Uh-huh.
but they can't handle it. They want to remain stupid.
I completely disagree. You know, exactly 2 years ago, if I had done this, I probably would be a feminist. But then I started to look at, and I think the agreeers actually mentioned, is like, what do Black women gain from feminism? Because I remember even during Black Lives Matter, when I led 2 protests for Black women, and I counted how many white women I saw there, and the ones who were there who were just there to take pictures for social media, and then the Black men also hiding behind us. Everyone, the whole world hides behind Black women. Enough.
Same thing that's happening. Look what's happening in Iran. People on.
She peeped how y'all using Black sisters. She peeped it. She peeped it. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. She peeped it. Feminism never did anything. That was always white bread shit. You know what I mean? We should have been minded our business on that.
On the feminist side right now are not speaking up for those Iranian women. I have a friend that is trans woman living in Iran right now. It's miserable. Nobody stands up for that poor girl.
as a woman, I particularly think I'm a humanist. For example, 2 years ago, I was a vegan feminist, and I made a decision to pivot my platform, teach Black women how to sit in our feminine energy, because we've never experienced that.
Well, that just sounds like Black feminism to me, teaching women how to do that in the time that we are in now.
But we're not learning fast enough. We deserve to rest. We deserve to relax. We deserve to choose if we want to be a traditional wife. I went from law to being a CEO to now I just want to be a housewife. And every time I say that, I get so much hate. Like, women work so hard to get to this point. Why do you want to be a housewife? Because
that's what you
my
want.
choice.
That's what you want.
Because biology, guys, at the end of the day, I tell you all of the time, mental illness is your God-given nature. That's your biology. Nature is nature. You know what I mean? But now the nurture, what they tell you, what government say anxiety and his programming on his TVs and his social media, what that tell you defies what your nature tell you. But then when that battle is mental illness. And you see, some sisters wake up and a lot of them don't.
That's the choice. Feminism is all about choice. Exactly. Why can't I choose? That's the whole point of feminism. It's like, why can't I choose? What are you missing in America to claim that you are oppressed as a woman?
Well, we just had our rights to our own uteruses stripped.
What are you missing in America? Right. How you have your right to your uterus? Can't nobody touch your uterus. If you stop busting it open for everybody, then you got your own destination. Your own destination is in your hands. Can't nobody take anything from you. All right?
You have the right to murder your own baby, though. I mean,
It's
let's
not
be
a
real.
baby, it's a clump of cells.
I mean, we all are clump of cells right here.
I think everybody's going to agree and disagree.
Yeah,
on
that's
that,
a whole.
but I don't know if that's another topic. That's another topic.
I had a very, very hard
Gray
time
area.
not stepping up to that prompt because my whole life I did consider myself a feminist.
I'm a fighter pilot. It's not what I am.
Seeing how this modern wave of feminism has now turned into something very different than equal rights. We all want equal, of course, we want equal rights. We want equality as women, of course.
But how can you have equal rights when you can't define the word woman on the far left?
Alta had a Women's Day recently, and the Women's Day was celebrated by 2 trans women who still had their male parts. I mean, you're pushing women out of womanhood.
I'm sure we're going to have discussions about whether or not a trans woman is a woman, but I actually want to go back to how we feel that our ideal of feminism is probably not the way that you four think of feminism. I'm willing to bet.
I agree with that. I think that's why people like me stepped away from that. Not because we're not women empowered or believe in women empowerment.
It's because we are women empowered.
It's because we believe women empowerment means something different than what you guys believe in.
And what I've seen now,
Pause
too.
there.
Oh.
We're going to reset. Next prompt. There's no wrong reason to get an abortion.
Good one. Good one.
All right. If you are making a health decision between you and a medical professional that is the right decision for you, your body, your future, it is always the right decision.
I would never stand between anyone with a uterus from making a decision about their body.
No, yeah, they're like, you can do it. You can have this health. You can have this health care if you are a victim of incest or a victim of rape. It's like you should be able to have access to that. What if you want it? You know, it's the same as going into the doctor and getting a routine check. If there's something for your body that you think will, you know, not just benefit you, but help you live and also help you sustain an actual good life for your child, then that's what you need to do.
And
yeah,
financial is a huge thing too.
It is a huge thing.
It's an extremely huge financial responsibility to have a kid, and some people just don't have that means.
I agree and disagree. I'm definitely pro-choice. I'm probably the only anti-feminist that's pro-choice.
Being pro-choice, pro-abortion is actually very common. It's like 78% of Americans.
Okay, so yeah.
There's actually many people who are in your category.
To me, it makes sense in certain circumstances. I don't think people should be using abortion as a form of birth control. I think, to me, abortion's, believe it or not even the issue we need to be talking about right now. I feel like we need to be talking about how to properly educate people, no matter what their status is, no matter what their sexual orientation, whatever. And we need to go from there.
Well, I think I have a very interesting perspective on this because my mother opened the first Planned Parenthood in our state, and she is very pro-abortion outwardly, but inwardly in our home, we weren't allowed to do it. And so growing up at that.
Wow, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. You heard what she said, guys? She said her mom's was outwardly pro, but inwardly you couldn't. That's crazy, yo. Some slick shit right there, yo.
Whatever.
Can't trust these hell of a mothers, bro. I tell you, can't trust these slick ass hell of a mothers.
And we need to go from there.
Well, I think I have a very interesting perspective on this because my mother opened the first Planned Parenthood in our state, and she is very pro-abortion outwardly, but inwardly in our home, we weren't allowed to do it. And so growing up at that dichotomy really, I think, messed me up a lot because I was like, okay, which one is the truth?
There are wrong reasons to get an abortion. A wrong reason to get an abortion is if you are going through your pregnancy and all of a sudden you change your mind. If you are irresponsible and all of a sudden finding yourself scared of motherhood.
When people
Come on, you stayed in there. You should have pulled out. You stay in, you know what happens. All right, come on. Come on, what are you, stupid or something?
people say that that women are getting abortions because they just don't want to be pregnant anymore, they're not actually understanding the way that an abortion works. Most of the time they're talking about late term abortions. And what a lot of people don't realize is when you have that kind of abortion, you have to give birth to the fetus. There's no going back. You're literally giving birth to a body. It's never just a, whoop, I don't feel like being pregnant anymore. Guess these last 8 months I just wasted everything. No one's doing that.
Raising children is the most blessed gift. And I speak as someone who, when I found out that I was expecting for the first time, I kid you not, I was terrified.
But you were prepared.
No. I was not necessarily prepared. I was not prepared. And I was.
But you was prepared for that D. Look at y'all, yo. You see, guys? And look what color her skin is, guys. Sex craved, the sex craved. Everybody perved. Everybody want to hump, and not do the work and not educate themselves on humping. You know what I mean? Just be careful. Make sure, at least if you humping with somebody unprotected, make sure that they not feminist minded. Make sure at least they want to be a mother. You know what I mean? These feminist bitches, you see how they sitting up here, they justifying abortion. They done, man, this they feel right here. You not gonna win no argument with no feminists over abortion. They done study always to sound right, politically correct, and all that, how to justify that shit. Oh, it's just a couple of sales and you ain't winning no argument with them. Them old evil ass bitches, yo. Them some evil, wicked bitches, yo. I swear.
Was very much caught off guard. And I was terrified because I had an incredible career happening for me on the upswing.
Finances.
Let me finish. I had such a dramatic, fearful reaction to becoming a mother because of what our society has been telling me throughout my adolescence and my early 20s, is that once you become a mother, it's all over and it ends. And that is a very...
And that's a fact. That's a fact, sis. That's a fact, yo. What you think? You get the key. What?
I don't like to use the H word, but let's just say you've been sleeping around.
It's over. You don't get to do that. You got to raise that child now. You know what I mean? So they wasn't lying to you, sis.
Very deeply rooted problem in our society that I do think we need to address.
That sentiment is the patriarchy in action, though.
Here we go, yo. Of course, you're gonna see her try to. Of course, though. Look at her. You could tell, and it's always the green. Like, look how Karen let her daughter go. Look how Karen let her daughter look, yo. Go out there looking, yo, looking crazy, yo. looking crazy. If you cover her head, she looked like she got the army fatigue. She like a little army fatigue, a little GI Jane. You know what I mean? Then when you put the little clown hat on her, so that's what it looked. It looked like a wig. They just look stupid, yo. They just look stupid, absolutely stupid. And this be the ugly when they get. These be the women that never was dope. You know how we be like, yo, they hit the wall. This shorty hit the wall at 12. At 12, this female was at the wall. And this why they take the feminists. That's why they try to be ultra woke and ultra smart. Because they ultra ugly, bro. Been ugly for a very long time.
What isn't the patriarchy? I feel like that's the better question.
It's a systemic ideal
It's God.
that favors
it's God
masculinity, men,
male power, male dominance,
the traditional idea of what a man.
God. God. It's God. Just say it. Say it. Yeah, I hate God.
Is.
The patriarchy is a system that oppresses not just women, but everyone.
It's not patriarchy because the people who scared me so much were the women mom bloggers.
Just because it's coming from a woman, coming from women does not mean that it's not from the patriarchy.
These were the women, and I speak with really strong conviction about this. The women who are publicly outward speaking to other women through blogs, through social media, talking about my life is so hard because of my kids. Oh, my kids are jerks. Oh, life is this. I have no money. Those messages are very, very pervasive, and they're very dangerous, and they're toxic.
But they're also real parts of motherhood. We just discussed how motherhood.
How many of you are mothers here?
I am not a mother, but
okay, I am a mother.
See? What I told you, these feminist people always want to talk for other people. Like, ain't none of these chicks fitting to bear to be a mother. Remember, how when y'all care about your career, y'all want to be strong and independent. You know what I mean? So how are you even speaking on like? Oh man, wait, hold on. I think that deserve one. That deserve one. That deserve it. That deserve it. Yo. Hold on. We ain't do it in a minute. Definitely deserve it.
You dirty bitch! Look what you've done to my peonies!
They're marigolds!
Good God, I think she's right. They are marigolds.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one!
Speaking to other women through blogs, through social media, talking about my life is so hard because of my kids. Oh, my kids are jerks. Oh, life is this. I have no money. Those messages are very, very pervasive, and they're very dangerous, and they're toxic.
But they're also real parts of motherhood. We just discussed how motherhood.
How many of you are mothers here?
I am not a mother, but
okay, I am a mother of 12 years. And I know all of the very, very hard parts of motherhood. And I just wish, as someone who has actually, as the only person here who has gone through this motherhood experience.
And that's a fact. No strong and independent female is out there yelling, I'm strong and independent. It's the same thing, guys. Just like no alpha male goes, I'm alpha. No man is yelling, I'm alpha. You just know. You know what I mean? So no real woman is going to be, I'm strong and I'm independent. Those are all of the cat chicks. Those are all the modern women. You know what I mean? Miss Goodbread don't even got social media, guys, yo. I'm finna go over there to her page right now because I'm locked up in Facebook jail and bring her page to life. But word. You know what I mean? They don't care. They don't care about that shit. All they care about is raising their kids and taking care of their house and going shopping the girly shit. You know what I mean?
Experience, I, from the bottom of my heart, wish that the positive aspects of motherhood supersede all of the hard stuff.
Let's get back on prompt again. There's no wrong reason to get an abortion. Isabella, I want to hear from Isabella.
There's been so many points I want to talk about.
Talk about Candace, maybe.
Candace, what she says about.
I don't even know what she said.
Oh,
Just let her talk.
Sorry.
So my parents actually had me when they were 19, and thank God they didn't abort me. They were not ready. They were in a terrible situation, and having me at 19 made them grow up and mature and become adults and not continue being on a bad path. So I'm thankful for that. And a lot of, something that you said it's society's, I think it was about society's pushing this idea, like demonizing motherhood. And you said that's part of the patriarchy. Well, I would ask you this, don't you think men benefit from women getting abortions because they no longer have to deal with it? They can just sleep around, and if, God forbid, a woman gets pregnant, oh, she wants to abort it. Cool, now I'm off.
God, they easy. They easy, sweetheart. Feminist-minded people, they easy. They stupid. They stupid because they hateful. And what I tell y'all all of the time, hating is an emotion. They emotional. They too emotional. They stupid.
Off the hook. What is the patriarchy? I don't even know what that men oppress us and like
that everything that goes wrong, that men are to blame. And I don't think that's a healthy way of being.
Very happy to live under this so-called patriarchy.
This word patriarchy, it does not make any sense to me. Women are not oppressed in America.
Patriarchal society doesn't bother me. Like Marilyn Monroe says, as long as I can be all of a woman in it, I am not bothered.
Exactly. It's God. It's under the umbrella of the Most High, the person who created us. He created us. We control our own shit. We control us. Man, yo, feminists. Yo, they killing the feminists right now. I don't know. The feminists not looking good.
The feminist movement is inherently racist.
Okay. Girl one.
The feminist movement does not benefit POC in any shape or form. It especially does not benefit Black women. And the darker your skin is, the more you are used. I call us Black women as the bullets.
All right. We got a sister that came to tell the truth today. What I tell y'all all of the time. These white women, they used our sisters as the motherfucking bulldogs to push this shit through, and they just reap the benefits as our sisters look crazy and they accumulate that angry Black woman stigma. The angry, mad, angry Black woman stereotype. Y'all got tricked. I wish I had Mr. Palmer joint right now. You've been tricked. You've been had. You've been hoodwinked.
You wasn't hate when the motherfucker was living, goddammit. Now the motherfucker dead. Fuck this son of a bitch. Fuck him, goddammit, and fuck anybody with his ass. Yeah. Y'all know the motherfucker ain't no good. You want look. All you motherfuckers been snitching for him and shit. Now you standing up in here, goddammit, talking about preach it, preacher, preach it, preacher. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna shoot your ass too, motherfucker. Keep on. You gonna get shot too, nigga. You gonna get shot. God bless the fool, goddammit. God bless the fool. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna end this goddamn thing. Look, where's that goddamn money bowl at? Who got that money bowl? We taking that money right now before you leave this bitch. We ain't leaving out here for free, motherfucker.
Incredible, boy. Incredible. She came to tell the truth today. Whew. Let's get it, man. That was a good one. Let's play that back a little bit.
And I don't think that's a healthy way of being.
Very happy to live under this so-called patriarchy.
This word patriarchy, it does not make any sense to me. Women are not oppressed in America.
Patriarchal society doesn't bother me. Like Marilyn Monroe says, as long as I can be all of a woman in it, I am not bothered.
The feminist movement is inherently racist.
The feminist movement does not benefit POC in any shape or form. It especially does not benefit Black women. And the darker your skin is, the more you are used. I call us Black women as the bullets for the feminist movement.
If we're talking historically, if we're talking how feminist movements started, it was an exclusionary movement.
Absolutely.
If we go back to the suffragettes or even further, Black women were not allowed to join in that effort because they really weren't fighting for Black women.
Until we were used as
Oh my God. They came to tell the truth. They came to tell the truth. And the one with the green hair, is that a girl or is that a boy? Because now I'm weird. Because now that she came to sit here for this question, you know the feminist movement don't represent that, the transgenders. So is that why she came right here? But damn, this is damning, yo. This is damning, yo. Sheesh.
Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
Yep.
As bullets. Right. If we're not being used, we can't be part of the movement.
They did use Black women. They used Black women's efforts because most of the most achievements that feminism, you're right, like most of the achievements of feminism have been done by Black women, and white women have stepped in and taken the credit.
And you chicks sit there and want to fight and scrimp with us, with your brothers. Sisters, wake up. Hello, sisters, wake up. We not your ones. We not your oppressor. We are oppressed too if you want to play that game. Fuck wrong with y'all, yo.
For like people who do identify as feminists, especially those of us who are white, I think the most important thing for us to do is to sit down, shut up, and listen to Black women.
If you Walmart,
That was
you know
crucial right there. That's worth for clip.
that with
That's
everyday
worth
low
for
prices,
clipping right
you
there,
can spend
guys.
a little
Word
less
up.
to get a little more, to make life a little better.
Definitely worth for clip. Yo, I'm in the Bronx. Y'all hear that music bumping? These niggas is dumb loud with the shit. I got the windows closed. Disrespectful. Come on now, YouTube. Let's get it.
Who identifies as a feminist.
Yeah, I don't really like this one about the talk because she just be ratchet. Like she's a feminist, minded, but we know why she's a feminist because she want to sell coochie. I don't like her perspective.
Have been done
just my
by
opinion.
Black women, and white women have stepped in and taken the credit. For like people who do identify as feminists, especially those of us who are white. I think the most important thing for us to do is to sit down, shut up, and listen to Black women.
As a Black woman who identifies as a feminist, my work centers Black women. So to say that, of course, like white women were able to vote before Black women, like the feminist movement was inherently racist, but how I live my life and the way that the community that I've built around myself of Black feminists, we see.
But why label it feminism?
Well, you can label.
Right. Like you made no sense, mama. It made no sense, mama.
Whatever you want, but
helping other Black women.
I affirm you, and I see that the
think that's
semantics makes you uncomfortable because feminism was racist, but
It is still racist,
but
not
you're
was.
not racist.
Right.
So if you are not racist and you have issues that you want to be working towards for Black women, that doesn't mean that you're inherently being racist or helping white women. I think feminism exists on a spectrum.
We're talking about semantics. We're talking about terms. They evolve and they change. Ideologies change.
Right.
And I think that feminism is evolving and changing. And I think it's because of the work of people like you. And so that's why I can.
Yo, you see it? See how she turns to the Black woman, talking about because of the work of women like you. She's a hoe. She does street work. She does street work. Fuck you mean because of the work of women like you. And there you go, speaking through. These women for years have told these type of Black women how to think, how to act, what's okay, how to live, what to be like, and they suck it in and hate man for it. Big dummies. Big dummies. Peep game. Look at it. And she talks with that dramatic shit like she went to school for this. She went to school to give speeches. She went to speech class, guys.
But
helping other Black women.
I affirm you, and I
Don't
see
you
that the
think that's like-
semantics makes you uncomfortable because feminism was racist, but you
It
have
is
to,
still racist,
but you're not
was.
racist. So if you are not racist and you have issues that you want to be working towards for Black women, that doesn't mean that you're inherently being racist or helping white women. I think feminism exists on a spectrum.
We're talking about semantics. We're talking about terms. They evolve and they change. Ideologies change.
Right.
And I think that feminism is evolving and changing. And I
Listen.
think it's because of the work of people like you. And so that's why I can confidently say
It's evolving. It's not evolving. I think it's devolving. You know, I think third.
Right, it's devolving. Look, and she got hyped. She was like, she just loved it. She sucked it on and like, right. You can't make this shit up, yo. These women is puppets. Our sisters is traitors, yo. They dumb.
Word, third wave feminism. I mean, by all accounts, I see, you know, again, have a very powerful Black mother, very feminist Black mother. And I mean, no one wants to say they did life wrong, but she's saying, man, I wish I could have taken care of myself. I wish I could have done this. I love how.
And I know some first wave feminisms, and I know some first wavers that wish they could have did something different too. To this day, they wish they did things different. And it is what it is. That's regret. Remember, guys, I tell you, do you want to redo it or do you want to live with regret? Those are decisions you got to make. I got to go catch that video. Go back and catch that video on decisions you're going to have to make in life, guys.
How you get your hair done and you go get makeup done and you're so, and she says it, you know, like she wasn't there in the household to raise us, like back to motherhood, because she was gone fighting every single day for women's rights to come home and be exhausted by the time she gets home. And we never got to have a mother, you know.
When I scroll my own social media feed, I rarely see a powerful woman highlighted who is not an ethnicity. No. It's true.
They're using them as pawns.
They're using them as pawns.
Oh, 100%.
Bingo! I told my ladies this. This been the theme of the week over here in the Righteous Fair. How they done made and turned our sisters into the product, and our sisters ain't getting nearly a third of the money. They done turned our sisters into the product by way of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and they done turned our sisters into some dummies, yo. A walking product.
A lot of big brands are now hopping on.
Listen, guys, and this is a real conversation with all different ethnicities and nationalities. You know what I mean? This is a conversation. Listen, because a lot of y'all go off of word of mouth and y'all go off of what somebody told you. You never really got a chance to sit with a Mexican, sit with a motherfucking white person, but you always talking. So now you listening and then you hearing what they say about what you heard.
Feed, I rarely see a powerful woman highlighted who is not an ethnicity. No. It's true.
They're using them as pawns.
They're using them as pawns.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of big brands are now hopping on this, modern feminism bandwagon, which I don't agree with what modern feminism is. But a lot of brands now, and I'll just say, a big brand that comes to mind is Dove. Diversity is always a good thing. However, I, for years, have not seen any kind of a ad campaign from the brand Dove speaking to women's empowerment that includes a woman that looks like us. What modern feminism today is lacking, I think, is genuine respect for diversity of opinion for all women.
That's a fact. You go against them, they're going to attack you. Look at on social media. I'm blocked. They sent the feminist mob at me, boy. They was mad, all because I told sisters to put their clothes back on. Peep game.
You felt modern day feminism didn't hijack all points of view of women, that you would still identify as a feminist?
Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, the entire time everyone was talking, all I was thinking was, wow, I'm so sick of all these labels and all these different intersections. And these days there's more intersections than genders. And I'm just like, all these identity politics groups, we're just pitting each other against each other. Race keeps getting brought up. I know it's brought up in the prompt for this one, but in every single other one. And I don't even think about this. I don't even think that I'm not being represented even in ads. I don't care. It just does. I don't. Sure. I am me.
I'm clearly I'm sure you don't care.
You don't have to care.
That's a fact. Miss Goodbread don't be caring, yo. She don't be caring, yo. Sometimes I'll be playing. I'll be like, yo, you want to get on the show with me? She be like, nah, you got it. She don't ever be like, yeah. Yo, they don't care about this shit. They don't care about Red Pill. They don't really care. They'll listen, and it's entertaining. They'll understand it, but they don't really care. Keon, what's going on, my guy?
Thank you for letting me know that. You always know, feminists always know best for me. That's what I've noticed. It's a trend.
I mean, I'm just pointing out that you are a privileged white woman who has not had to see the lack of diversity. When we step into a room filled with other white people, we don't notice that it's other white people. But when women of color have stepped into rooms and they see that it's just a bunch of other white people.
Also, intersectionality is not just about diversity, and it's certainly not about diversity in ad campaigns. It's about how poor women can't afford to drive to another state to get an abortion, but rich women can.
It costs more money to drive to get an abortion than it would take to raise that kid?
Well,
Just saying.
but that's the thing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it
if you
just-
don't
that
have the
doesn't make
money
sense
to
to me.
drive to get an abortion, how are you going to have the money to raise that child? Why
Pause
should you
there.
be
Let's
forced into motherhood?
reset. Feminists don't appreciate all that men do for society.
Good one. Okay, there go my sister. Sister is
I've
right.
got a lot to say about this. Feminists just demonize men. They hate men. All men are trash. They say they hate men while simultaneously trying to become men. They hate them for having power and the patriarchy, so they're trying to overtake it. But a lot of women will talk about rape culture. But guess what? Guess who's going to protect you from bad people? A man. Women are nurturers. We need men.
It's as simple as that. It's a God-given right for men to exist the way they were assigned to exist. We need men.
Oh man, my sister. We gotta give sister a good go. Sister speaking up for us. Sister speaking up for us right now, man. Oh shit, I ain't got the celebration joint no more. Oh, I gotta make a new celebration. Damn, sis. What I got for you? I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got nothing for you, sis. Cause I ain't got no good joint. Yikes. Yo. Damn. All right, sis. But yeah, sis. We don't normally get good things. We don't normally hear sisters. I gotta get something for the sisters that say good stuff about us. Cause it's sad that I had nothing for you, sis. But yeah.
And it's very simple. We need men to procreate. We need men to provide. We need men to produce. We need men to go to war and die. We need men. It's so bad now that they're so scared of us. They're terrified all the time.
Yes.
I go on dates with men. They're like, am I allowed to open the door? Can I not open the door? Can I touch it? Can I pull the chair out? What can I do? And they're shaking. They're sweating.
That's a fact. Chivalry is dead. Yo, bitches shoot you for opening the door. Oh, I got it. No, I got it. Oh, you trying to say I'm weak? Trying to say I don't got it? Like, what the fuck is you talking about, yo? Stand down. Stand down, Roscoe.
And you're just like, be yourself. Just, it's okay. You like, they're so afraid of doing anything wrong. So much so they're now the most lonely demographic in the world, right? Like, they straight white men.
This is why, again, we saw last night we know why more than half, 95% of y'all in a relationship cat. Because we know your man just cat to you. We learned that last night. You better off going Mgtow, guys, than to be in a relationship that you got to lie to the bitch and you got to walk on eggshells with the bitch. You can't be yourself no way, no how. You right for the pickings. They come knock you right off your square easy because you ain't who you supposed to be. Messing with these demons.
I heard are not the most lonely because they just creating incels. You know, they don't want to leave their apartment or their house because they're so afraid of women.
I'm not on board with this trend, especially happening in schools right now. There is a trend where they are raising up the girls. Girl power,
Let's
girl
go!
boss, girl this, you know, run like a girl in the best way
You're gonna
possible.
make me vomit.
That's it's dangerous. It is dangerous because yes, we want to uplift our women. That's the right thing to do so that men and women do maintain equality. But at the same time, by raising the girls, we are forgetting about our boys.
Yeah, they want to solve inequality by enforcing more inequality. And if women were equal to men, then why do the girls need to be raised up so much? Why?
Bingo! Let's go. Yo, they killing them tonight. I would love to see what the feminists got to say on this topic right here. Because, you know, they hate man. They can't find nothing good to say about man. Nothing. Man ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean?
Why? The only men that feminists like are men dressing as women and dominating their sports and just really reversing what the other waves of feminism fought to do.
But that's what Lilith said. Remember the emblem? When she made the deal, when Lilith brokered the deal with the 3 angels, she promised not to do it to any kid with the emblem on their neck. What do you think the emblem represent? The little fairy tales running around here, bro.
Have fun with men beating you in your sports, women, because guess what? You're not going to beat them. Have fun. I never even felt unequal. So I don't even know what the problem is. I feel like a lot of people just want to have a reason to be upset and outraged. I also just don't identify with all these identity politics groups. I think they're being pit against each other, separating all these different people by race, class, gender, everything, sexual orientation, and I look at people as individuals.
All right, on that note, let's have the disagreeers step forward.
There's a difference between not appreciating men and pointing out the inequities that have been systemically put in place to favor men, especially white men, white straight men. There's a difference between hating men and pointing out that there are inequities.
I want to talk about this concept of protection. We're talking about good men who are protectors. Who are they protecting us from?
Bad men.
Bad men.
Wait, but you're a feminist. So why would you ask that question? You don't need us to protect you from nothing. You strong and independent. Now, how you gonna flip their answer? Because they got you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or bad women, bad anybody.
I could drive a car and
it was a rhetorical. I guess.
No, I understand the point you were trying to make.
You
That's
sitting
why
there trying to read from a book and shit. You sitting there like you some poet and shit. I was roses and fuck out of here. Ask your question, make your statement, and stop with all the cute shit. This how feminists talk. You could tell a feminist by how they speak. Cause it's like they reading from a fucking script, bro.
But I'm going to finish. So then who benefits from men's bad behavior? Good men as well, right? They get to be positioned as the good guys.
Good apples.
They're the good apples. And that is predicated on the bad behavior of men.
No, they benefit from being a good person and protecting women. Who cares? We should not be.
Right, like what point are you trying to make? What are you trying to do, sis? What are you trying to do? And that's not our fault that our biologic nature makes it that we are the stronger vessel, so we are the protectors. That's you gotta blame again. You're running from God. You really hate God. Y'all hate God that much. And we came in the form of God. So you hate us, and that's how you show your hatred towards him. And that's what it's about.
Be praising people based off comparing them to bad people.
But I don't benefit from being a good girl. I don't
You know,
get
you're
to...
a good feminist, right? I'm sure people love what you have to say as a feminist. Other feminists agree with it and are like, yes, go girl boss. They do.
There are good people on earth and
She killed you. She stomped you. Why do you want it to be about you? It ain't got nothing to do with you. If you want it to be about you, fight the enemy or fight the bad guy off. You know what I mean? If you want it to be about you, how do you want somebody to save your life and it still be about you? Wouldn't it be about the person that saved your life? I don't understand what they want out of this.
I'm going to finish. So then who benefits from men's bad behavior? Good men as well, right? They get to be positioned as the good guys.
good apples.
They're the good apples. And that is predicated on the bad behavior of men.
No, they benefit from being a good person and protecting women. Who cares? We should not be praising people based off comparing them to bad people.
But I don't benefit from being a good girl. I don't get
You're
to-
a good feminist, right? I'm sure people love what you have to say as a feminist. Other feminists agree with it and are like, yes, go girl
There
boss.
are
They
good
do.
people on earth and bad people on earth. We're always going to have that. That would never change. It's in every animal kingdom. So we need the good man to protect us from the bad man.
To go off of what you said, because you said when women are sexually assaulted, they turn to another man to protect them. I work as a sexual assault and domestic violence counselor. I work with rape victims every single day. They don't turn to men to protect them. They don't.
I didn't say they turn to them. I was saying they potentially can, if you're walking home alone at night and you're afraid.
Yeah, I agree. They don't turn to men. They turn to carpet munching. That's what they turn to. They turn into vacuum cleaners.
Turn to another man. I don't. I turn to other women.
Yeah, I appreciate men that, like, I love a man that knows his place. Build the house. Yeah, repair that. Because I'm a goddess. Like, if you need to hold your.
There you go, shit. There you go. There that word. They're goddess. They're goddess. You ain't no goddess, sis. You ain't no goddess, sis. What's a goddess, sis?
Weight in the relationship. Like, I appreciate men. I love men. Like, just like you said, you have a husband, you want to cook for your husband, you make sure that he's good. Men have roles in society as well. Feminist is anything you want it to be. As a woman, I am promiscuous because I'm a feminist, but you can also be conservative because I'm a feminist. Modern day.
Yo, did you hear that shit, bro? Did you hear that bullshit? I told y'all, I just had I smelt her. I smelt her, yo. I had a problem with her mindset from far. What a dummy, yo. What a dummy.
Feminism is about you and what you make it, and not what
Gray
someone
area.
60 years ago said it was.
That's what it is.
But I don't praise men because they aren't raping. Like, that's
I agree with everything you just said.
You're agreeing with us.
I agree with you fully.
The same exact thing. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but I
actually
disagree
the
with the
movement prompt, because I do appreciate men. I don't think that feminists don't appreciate men. I think that's not true.
Like, the person who taught me to be the feminist that I am was my father. Yeah. My father did not raise me to believe that I was less than because I was a woman. He raised me to understand that I am societally disadvantaged, but he told me that I was going to rise above that.
My household, my mom was so strong that my dad became so emasculated that he cannot do anything. He stopped working. He became just like a couch potato, right? Why she just went out there and kill it. And we are destroying family, as we know, because look at me. I'm in my 30s. I'm not settled down. I don't have children. I don't have this family unit that I want.
And you're beautiful. You have such a beautiful mindset. You have such a beautiful mindset. And it's a shame that you have, if you want to stay in the Black community, you got 80% of beta males to pick through and only about 5% of real single sigma alpha males, yo. It's sad, yo. And if you do what Candace did, they're going to cook you, sweetheart. They're going to cook. They're going to forget everything you said about the Black man on this panel and cook you, sweetheart. So, you know what I mean? You're going to have to do what Sierra did. You're going to have to mess with the future. You're going to have to mess with them. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to bust it open for a Pookie. You know what I mean? Go on. They like you better. They respect you better as a woman when you busting it open for a Pookie anyway. So go on, sister. Go on, sister.
So terribly, because no matter how hard I tried, that feminism that I was raised with always tend to overshadow my relationship, because in my head I know best, right? Like, I know what's right. I know, because I saw it growing up. I saw it modeled to me growing up. Like,
facts, yo. I seen so many women that because they followed the feminist guidelines and they went out there and chased and got the bag. Very successful women. Beautiful too. Very successful and beautiful. But lonely like hell because they can't dumb down now. Now they can't dumb down and help a Black man who's on the cusp of the come up. And he not in their league financially, but mentally, he's on the cusp. They can't dumb down to that, to their match and their equal. So these women become side chicks to rich niggas and live miserable. So many, because they followed that feminist blueprint and worked with the devil. And that's where the devil left them.
woman knows everything. We're so powerful.
But the
We're so
idea
strong.
that men are supposed to be the head of the household, do you understand that that is killing men?
That's killing men.
It is killing men.
Well, let them die because we need to get. They need to go back to working.
The pressure of it, you mean, right? The pressure
of it.
Nah, stop trying to make men weak. Just by saying that, by you saying that makes men weak. Men got to stop avoiding the competition. Men got to learn that it's supposed to be not fair for us. It's designed for us to always be trying to be the best version of ourselves anyway. That's how hypergamy works. No need to get mad at hypergamy. Hypergamy just means you need to get on your square. You need the Mgtow. You see? Y'all niggas think y'all could just go from Adam to Alpha overnight or with the same ego and the same mindset. No, you got to get rid of that whole shit, that whole mindset you've been taught. You got to get rid of that. And that's going to come after you Mgtow. You're going to have to go your own way and enjoy and embrace your season of loneliness. See, a lot of y'all niggas be running and ducking from your season of loneliness, bro. Everybody got a season. It's 4 of them. 4 seasons of loneliness. Stop running from yours. Go Mgtow, bro. Get to your season, do the work, and then come back like cook crack. You'll be all right.
Is destroying their mental health. That's why men are 6 times more likely to commit suicide than women are, especially men in committed relationships. Men in their 40s that are married with families are the highest risk for suicide.
But it's killing men because we have generations and generations of boys who were not raised to be men and rise to that occasion.
It's killing men because we are not in a position capitalistically where.
Right. So when she says killing men, she's talking in general on a whole. Because we already know for the past, I want to say 12 years, ain't nothing but a sassy nigga getting raised. Born and raised. Nigga that's 12 right now is a sassy nigga, bro. There's sassy little men running around here. With the father in the crib. The father figure in the crib now, guys. We ain't running with that old rhetoric. The fathers is right in that crib, getting beat into submission. You know what I mean? Damn near cuck holding because he don't want to lose his rights to see his child and he don't want to go on child support. So he's sitting there taking the disrespect while the woman pay him out to be the no good piece of shit, but she could always fall back on his safety net after she get done trying to stunt out there for her friends, for her hell of her friends, and be this strong and independent person for government zaddy. Niggas is in relationships right now like that. Niggas in relationships like that, bro. I know there is.
We can have men be the one single head of the household, the bread earner, the decision maker. We are no longer in the 1950s. Our economy.
God said what's written then is for the now. I love these minded folks like that, these feminist minded folks that always like to try to, oh, it's the new times. No, it ain't no such thing as the new times. The nature is still the nature, right? Summer still come after what? After spring, right? Spring before what? Before fall, right? Then you got winter, right? That never changed, right? That's the nature. You know who created that? God. Right. So we ain't gonna start making this shit up, make the rules up as we go and play in the gray area. What was written then is for now. Yes. Yes. So that's cat. But the feminists like to play in the gray area. See what I mean?
He is not able to handle that kind of nuclear family with the man being the head of the household, the stay-at-home moms and the 2.5 children.
I want to clarify, I'm not a stay-at-home mom.
No,
I do work,
I understand.
and so I do have perspective. When you are in a long-term...
Why do these feminist bitches, they start to try to make the woman out to be the weak link. They start to make the so-called pick me, the nigga lover, the man lover. They start to make her out to be some old weak pushover lady. No, sis, that's the Proverbs 31 woman. That's the Proverbs 31 woman. That's the virtuous woman. And the virtuous woman got her hands dirty. You know that? You know that? The Proverbs 31 woman she went out there, she gardened, she did all types of shit. She even supplied for your bum ass. for the sisters in the neighborhood. Yeah. She just don't want to be CEO. She just don't want to be and take a job from a man. She don't want to take a job from a man's position. She don't want that. She just want to make her bread. Her little good breads.
Or marriage or relationship with a partner of anyone, yes, you're going to have disagreements, but you also have to understand that each person in that partnership does have roles, because that is how a healthy family functions.
Only women should make.
Feminists don't know about no fucking roles. They don't even want genders. These bitches don't even want gender. They don't even know what gender they want to pick. So a role, man, listen, they going down. They going down.
Laws about women's bodies.
Wait, hold on. What was that? I don't know, but talk that
Going
way.
to have disagreements, but you also have to understand that each person in that partnership does have roles, because that is how a healthy family functions.
Only women should make laws about women's bodies.
I'm going to add a minor caveat to this and not say that like entirely just women should make laws about women's bodies. And
Here she goes, shorty with the pink double back. She just want to hear herself talk, bro.
And I think it's more important that people who are educated on the female body are the people who are allowed to make laws about the female body. Like, we shouldn't have lawmakers making laws stating, oh, abortion is completely.
Look at the prostitute. You know she only one. Look at the prostitute, yo. I knew the black bitch was going to be up there. That black one. I knew she was going to be up there. The prostitute. You know what I mean? God damn.
Completely illegal, even if it's an ectopic pregnancy, you can reinsert that fetus. No, you're killing people if you make that kind of stupid law.
It doesn't mean that any of our male lawmakers can't be involved.
And frankly, I think they need to be a little bit more involved. Some of them are slacking. Yes. They are letting me down.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you know, I think there are a lot of men who hold a lot of power, who are on our side, who are not doing enough.
Here's how to get pro vocal mixes in just a few clicks. Babe, you're the one I want. Don't let me do all the time.
I want to say it's funny because I think you all spoke for us, because I think you all agreed that everyone should be involved in making these laws. We need men. You see how simple that was?
And men can be women these days.
Men can't be women if they actively identify as men. That's not a thing.
I currently identify as a man.
Okay, then you're a man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you agree that these laws that are specific about our bodies, shouldn't the originators of that bill talking about our bodies be women?
Answer that. Can y'all?
No, I don't think we should think about men versus women. I think we should have intelligent.
It's not about men versus women. Of course, men are going to be involved with creating laws and putting laws into place. But when we're talking about the language, when we're talking about verbiage for these laws, shouldn't a woman be, multiple women preferably, be
involved?
Yeah, be at the forefront of what these laws look like for us.
I think it's less about a man versus a woman and more about the way society is now versus 50 years ago. People that you didn't even vote for, that are spending lifelong terms in Congress and such. You know, that's in the Supreme Court. That's more of an issue to me than worrying about if a man or a woman wrote this law or bill.
There's checks and balances to our government, but I wanted to ask you, would you? I'm a woman. I'm 100% pro-life.
Oh, you're a woman now?
I identify
She's
right
gender
now.
fluid.
I'm switching back.
Okay.
No, very fluid by the hour. But would you be okay with? So I'm a woman now for now, and I am very pro-life. You're okay with women like me making these laws because you disagree with the outcome there. I'm assuming you're pro-choice, right?
But the law is, if we're talking about Roe v. Wade, right?
Yeah.
The law is about. It's not about your ideal of pro-life. It's about abortion. It's about bodily autonomy. If you don't want to get an abortion, fine. That's what it's all about.
it's your choice.
I want to sort of reverse it and ask you the question: should there be laws about women's bodies where there was no women involved? Because there certainly are.
Right, but we live in a system of government where there are states' rights, and I live in California, and guess what? I don't agree with anything our governor is doing. I don't agree with the majority that is in our state legislature, yet I live here and I choose to live here, and if I have a problem with the laws, then I have the opportunity to move to a different state.
So just fuck all the people who don't have the opportunity to move to a different state.
Everyone
then.
has opportunity to work, to
They
make
don't.
a life for themselves here in America.
They
What
don't,
I
though.
love
That's a fact, yo. That's a fact. That's a fact. Man, I like all of the anti-feminist women, DeBal. All of the anti-feminist women is cute and on point to me.
about America is that this is the only place on earth that you can work and achieve based on your merit.
I was raised by a single mom who, you know.
Now this bitch, I don't like her. You can tell she raised by a single entitled hell of a mother, yo. I don't like her, son.
Didn't have the support she needed to really mother me. So by the time I was 15, I moved out of her home. And I lived with a boyfriend at the time. I fought my school board for better sex education. I fought my senator when he voted to repeal funding for Title X and birth control access to funding I relied on. And I told him, why would you deny me the American dream? And I shared with him that birth control was helping me to be successful, to go on to higher education. And now I'm on a full ride at Columbia University. I'm the first in my family to go to college. And in large part, that is because of access to birth control.
You guys mentioned that, there's not everyone has a bootstrap. And this is why feminism is such a weird topic to have in this particular country, because I'm from a developing country, I'm from Nigeria. Although my parents were quite successful, thankfully, but I grew up around poverty. I saw it every single day. And so to come to this country, to have to start over and make something of ourselves, and I see immigrants do it all the time. When you say things like, oh, I was raised by a single mother, or, most people don't have bootstraps, you're in America. That's like, this is the place to do it. This is the place to do it. Find that boots, honey, and put it on.
No one's saying that there aren't challenges. We're saying that this is the best place
to do it.
have that challenge.
And I quickly want
the challenges are not distributed equally.
Nobody said that.
They are. Let me just.
Somebody did.
To say that only women should make decisions about women's bodies is completely unrealistic.
I have to believe that there is a future where that is possible.
Well, of course there's a future. More women than ever are in.
Remember, guys, how we did our how to know if you're a hater? And what we said, a hater is very pessimistic. Pessimistic, yo. This one with the pink overcoat on, the bitch can find something negative in a positive 100% of the time, bro. I guarantee you she ain't here for a solution. She ain't here for a solution at all, bro. She here for attention and just to argue.
Serving in our government. Of course there's a future. So of course women always have a seat at the table.
You're at Columbia. Look at you. You moved out at 15. You're at Columbia.
Yeah, but when I graduated from UC Berkeley and I was in my lecture halls, there were 2 other Black people, and it's 400 people in here. Like, that makes me uncomfortable.
It's not that we look at everything through an oppressive lens. It's that many of us hold different identities that allow society to continue to oppress us. A friend of mine had to travel across state for an abortion. She had the ability to select between paying for her disability, the things that she needs for her disability, or traveling for an abortion. Like, you guys don't have to think about that. She has to
decision to have sex.
No,
unless it wasn't.
She was being raped.
No, then I with
raped.
you. Then I agree with you.
Okay,
Well, well done.
But I shouldn't have to tell you that story for you to understand that there are.
You do, bitch. You do. You have to tell us that, because that's the exception to what you saying. And now I don't even believe you, yo. You a liar, yo. You dead lying.
Certain things that you have not experienced that oppress other people. Oh, okay, you're just traumatized enough for me to understand that maybe things are hard.
Feminism that doesn't include trans women isn't feminism.
All right, guys, and we're going to go on and cut it right there, because the rest of that was not really on tonight's topic, how Black women was weaponized to destroy the Black family, guys. I hope you guys did not miss today's aim, yo. We went to the root. We went to the root of the problem, bro. We broke down some barriers. If you didn't know, now you know. You know what I mean? Our sisters have been turned into a marketing strategy prodigy product. You know what I mean? For the masses. And you know what's crazy about it, guys? Your dollars is involved in that. You know what I mean? Pull back your attention, man. Go the other way. Today is National Mgtow Day, man. Salute to all my Mgtow Red Pill men. You know what I mean? Y'all do y'all thing. Y'all stay focused. Stay on squares, yo. Stay on your square. Stay on code. Remember, guys, Mgtow, Roman 12:2. Do not conform with the ways of the world, guys. Go the other way and let God show you what's will and what's righteous. All right, guys. Yo, JJ, I ain't forget. What's those verses, man? Let's drop these verses. Let's do these verses and get the hell on out of here. Which was what was one? What was the first one, bro? JJ, you still in the chat, bro? All right, JJ. What was one of them? Shoot me one of those verses that you wanted me to read out before we get on out of class, yo. It's National Mgtow Day, man. Let's go. Isaiah 3:16 through 26. All right, hold on, let me pull that up. All right, let's get it, guys. The Lord says, the women of Zion are haughty, walking all through along with outstretched necks, flirting with their eyes, strutting along with swaying hips, with ornaments jingling on their ankles. Therefore the Lord will bring sores on the heads of the women of Zion. The Lord will make their scalp bald. In the day the Lord will snatch away their finery and bangles and headbands and crescent necklace and earrings and bracelets and veils, the headdresses and anklets and sashes, the perfume bottles and charms, the signets, rings, the nose rings. I told y'all about messing with girls with them on bull rings. The fine robes and the capes and the clocks and purses and mirrors and the linen garments and tiaras and shawls. Instead of fragrance, there will be a stench. They stinking. B. Simone said they stinking. They stinking. Instead of sash, a rope. Instead of well-dressed hair, baldness. You know they all bald-headed. Yo, this is a powerful verse right here, brother JJ. Powerful verse right here. Instead of fine clothing, sackcloth. Instead of beautiful brandings, your men will fall by the sword. Your warriors in battle. The gates of Zion will laminate and mourn. This stoop, she will sit on the ground. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. One more, Proverbs 11. Let's go to Proverbs 11. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. Salute to those that stay for the scriptures. It's just teachings, guys. It's just the teachings that you go on. It's tools. It's tools. It's the truth. You know what I mean? They ask for the truth. Like gold rings in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman without discretion. Facts. Facts. me throw some music on real quick. Throw some music on real quick. Got some time. Where we at? What's the next one? Isaiah 4:1. Isaiah 4:1. In the day 7, in that day 7 women will take hold of one man and say, we will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. Let's go. Let's go. All right, where we at? Proverbs 21:19. Where's the music? I gotta hit that loop button. There we go. All right, Proverbs 21:9. All right. Better to live in the corner of the roof than share a house with its quarrelsome wife. Guys, take heed, man. Get out of them relationship cats. Get up out them relationship cats, man. Word. Salute to the Bread Squad, yo. Let's see, y'all. Let me check. Let me see if we at where we need to be. I think we should be at it. We should be past it. We should be on cold. We should be on cold. We should have broke the record. If we broke this record, I gotta go get a bottle. And we gotta pop that bottle later on tonight. YouTube Studios. Just pull it up on the screen. How I find that? Here's some of those. This is it. Where are we at? Where I'm at. I'm there, right? Oh, nah, y'all. Maybe it gotta add up. But y'all see, hold on, guys. We are 100 and we are 150. 150 away, guys. 150 away. We are 150 hours away. He's right there, though. At the end of this, it's still over. This shit should push it over, guys. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Wait, that's the wrong button. Hold on, I'm trying to zoom in for y'all so y'all can see it. You know what I mean? So we can celebrate this accomplishment together. Y'all see it down there? Go. That's get it close there. That's it right there, guys. We almost there. We almost there, guys. Yeah. We almost there, guys. We already got the check. We already got the like for the 1,000 subscribers right here. Now we just need we got this little bit to go. We just got this little bit to go, guys. And then we monetize over here. You know what I mean? Salute to y'all, man. Y'all pat yourself in the back, man. Y'all did y'all thing on this channel right here. Y'all did y'all goddamn thing on this channel. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I was surprised, yo. I was like, wow. Y'all make sure y'all go in and get to that video that we dropped earlier. You know what I mean? Analytics doing good. We averaging 266 new subscribers every 28 days. You know what I mean? We eating, y'all. Salute to y'all, man. Alright, gang, we gonna get on out of here now, man. I'll probably catch y'all later. I'll probably come back and catch y'all later, man. Salute to y'all. Y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life.
Is the way he challenges the black elite. He talks about the black elite that's on TV and speaks that honest truth that we've always talked about on this platform, that a lot of times the worst ideas get out to the black community because the Negroes on TV care nothing about actually going in and building for the community. And the reason they don't is because if they do that, they'll be punished. They'll be taken off the platform and replaced by somebody who plays ball. They'll be punished. They'll be taken off the platform and replaced by somebody who plays ball.
Don't be a stepdad. They get no fucking respect. Don't be a fucking stepdad, I'm telling you. If the shoe fits, let them wear it. If the shoe fits, let them wear it.